Hello everyone, welcome to the Business Oriented Podcast, a show where we interview business owners, entrepreneurs who have built and established their businesses in the townships. In today's show, we are interviewing someone who has helped us develop our app, bantupay.co.za. Let's hear more about his story, his background, and how did he come about building his business. Welcome to the show.
Shop, see akala manje, from the heart of the location. Listen close, real talk for the nation. That's the main toast. Welcome to the Business Oriented Podcast. Come kick it with us.
Yeah, the narrative
of Ragasa.
got stories for days just to build up trust.
Eta, the Business Oriented Podcast. Yeah, well, come kick it with us. Hey.
You know how we do.
Yeah. How's it?
Nice seeing you, Mr. Maloga.
Medida.
Sit Medi.
Man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, it's long overdue, my guy.
Man. Hey, it's been a while.
Otherwise, you're good, but
Man, I see you're doing nice things.
no, we try, my guy. We try. This life has no balance. So sometimes you got to, do something in order to survive, my guy.
Yeah, man. Just tell us about yourself. Who am I speaking to today?
This is Angelo, my guy. Angelo, a guy from Zone 16, born and bred in Zone 16, know the whereabouts of Zone 16.
Yeah.
And saw an opportunity of doing something that wasn't actually here. So start a little bit of a business, just, to make something, man. Yeah. As I've said, I'm a guy from the hood who saw an opportunity to start something and, grow. And be somewhere tomorrow.
Now, tell us a bit more about your upbringing. Where did you grow up? Where did you study and everything? Your background.
Angelo is a guy who went to. I studied there in the Val, man. From the Val, born and bred in the Val. Studied in the Val from Noordhoek to Cedergeleg. After Cedergeleg, I went to Sedibeng College.
Okay.
Where I guess actually all this started way back in high school, where I used to sell sweets in high school, man. This passion as a youngin, I feel like we don't take it into consideration or into mind, whereby this might be you or this might lead you to somewhere,
Yeah.
So I never really took it into heart that much until at a later stage, whereby, growing up, having friends, doing all those naughty things, but always had that mind of a businessman, From there, to Sedibeng, I started selling dark goods. That's actually the dream where it all started, selling those dark goods and everything, until now.
Tell us more. What inspired you to have that idea of being a businessman?
I don't want to lie, my guy. What really inspired me was my father, man. I'll be lying to you to say that I was born or I saw it from. No, the person who actually inspired me was my father, man. To be honest, he's someone that I grew up looking up to, and looking up to someone who's close to you, man. That it enlightens you as a human being. And he used to be a salesman, a rep, selling all those mealy meals, pure cigarettes. So that it inspired me to be the guy that I am today, and I grew to be that person.
No, that's good news, man. Thanks for motivating us and pushing this thing, man. You motivate young people from all walks of life. People looking up to you, businessmen, always up to something, man. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed, my guy, is that we inspire a lot of people without noticing. We do things not realizing that we are changing other people's lives.
Yeah.
Those little small things that we do in helping people. It's not big, but small. You don't know that they're changing someone's life. You see me opening here every day. I don't know, maybe I'm changing someone's life in a perspective of being a businesswoman or a businessman. I'm not only inspiring men, but I'm also inspiring also girls, women, because we as blacks, I feel like we not left behind, but we're not financial literacy.
Yeah.
You know, we still have a long way to go before we financially literacy, because it's hard, my guy. Whenever we get money or whenever we find a particular work or job, it's gonna turn out to you being a provider at home or helping at home, you know, and you end up not doing your dreams or not fulfilling your dreams.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes us as blacks, we need to teach one another here before we engage with other people. As much as we start here, before we go outsource, I think it will be much more greater.
Oh, now that's good, man. Tell us more about your menu.
Okay, now we dig into my menu. It's not much more broader, but but what you have there, we have your 19 bucks quarter, your 19 rand quarter, of which it's your lettuce, your tomato, your onion, your special, and your cheese and fries, of course, and sauce is for free. You know, man. Whereby it all starts from 13 bucks, man. You know, in the hood, man. I feel like yes, the aim is to make money, but also you need to remember that where you come from and the people around you, your surroundings. You know, we want to get there, but getting there, it takes time. You don't just get there because you want to get there. You need patience. You need also to engage with people, know what they want and what you need to deliver to the people. That's the thing. So from your 13 rand to your 40 rand. And the good thing about my menu is you can create your own menu. Whatever that you want, you can have it.
No, that's good, man. So it's a personalized menu.
To be precise. You know, so that whatever that you want, you can have it. Because I feel like being old school sometimes we kinda, you know, close ourselves and we never outsource to new things, new ideas. But whenever we come up with new ideas, whatever that you want, you can have. Actually, I'm the one who's here to give the people what they want. You know,
that's it. It's all about the customer.
Rather than having the same old thing, you're gonna have something that's new, of which is not in the market.
And that's a fairly new thing. Having a personalized quota is something that we know nothing about. Because when you go to the shop, you always know this is what I need. You know, but with you,
you know,
with you on the other hand, you allow customers to actually put in the stuff that they want in their quota.
Exactly.
Oh, that's brilliant.
For me, that's the thing. For me, you know, I don't want to lie, my guy. Business, it's a lifestyle. You know, my guy. It doesn't only take a year or 2 years to be where you want to be. You know, it takes years and years and years. Not to say to perfect, but years of learning. You know, we learn every day as a businessman that there are certain things you need to do, certain things you need to change, and times also change. You know, as time change, you also need to change, because we cannot be stuck. As I say, you cannot be stuck in our old ways. But you need to, you know, maneuver with new lifestyles. As people also, I'm a 2000. They do their things, so you need to like change the modern ways into be a more super way, my guy.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. So
yes, sir. Oh, this type of sorry, no,
menu. Okay, so tell us more about the challenges that you encounter on a day-to-day basis.
My guy, the only challenges that we have, I don't want to lie, my guy, this is the hood. You know, living in the hood in Fetu, I feel like it's a bit more tough, because some actually not say some, most are not working. You know, we rely on those 370s and stuff, you know. We would get people who would come, you know, my guy, to not to buy, but, you know, to, how can I put it? Skolo don't jack. Skolo don't jack. I feel like the word is running away. I wanted to put it in a more modest and a complex word that, you know, it won't actually be more, you know, rough, but I'll just put it straight on Skolo don't jack. On a daily basis, my guy, we go. I have people who come out, you know, for Skolo. And that, it's a setback when it comes to
the usual one. So how do you deal with that, man? How do you deal with disappointing someone that you're actually running a business here, and someone has their expectations of you being your acquaintance or a friend. How do you deal with that situation?
I feel like most of the business in the location or in the hood, why they fail, it's because we end up, being lenient to the people that we know.
Yeah.
And that in J itself, it destroys us as human beings, because remember, in the end, you need to stock up. You need to pay rent. If you have someone who works with you, you need to pay that person. So we have challenges, my guy, every day, of which they're not that easy to come across, but it takes a strong man or a strong businessman. As I say that, I didn't start this thing today, my guy. If I was someone who just took my money and say, let me start a business without any knowledge, I don't feel like I'll still be here today. It's my 5th year doing this, and yet through those 5 years, there are challenges, my guy. It's not that easy. Competitors, sometimes potatoes, they skyrocket, they go up. Sometimes, during mid-months, you don't have customers. You need to maneuver. Tomorrow, your kid needs to go to school. So sometimes you need to take the very same money that you're making to fix your household. So challenges that we face, my guys, people coming here to eat for free, saying that they'll pay later. And that in J itself, it's a setback, because also we have to stock up.
Yeah.
And when you don't have certain stock, they complain. Are you always selling higher? You always run out of stock. And only when they are the cause of that, not knowing that you coming to buy without money, I'll have to squeeze in a certain thing in order for that order to put that money there. So if I don't do that, I also fail as a businessman. Yes.
Oh, I know, man. Now that's truly, truly inspirational. And I hope everyone who's watching at home is truly being motivated by your business and where you come from. Tell us, you said the business is 5 years this year. When exactly did you start?
How this actually has been started? We started as a group of friends. We were 4 of us.
Okay.
Until each and everyone went back to their workplaces,
Okay.
For me, it was an advantage because I've just been, not say retrenched, but a firm that I worked for just decided to close.
Okay.
And it was on the basis we were just starting this, and all was good until an incident that happened at the firm. I got injured, as some know me, where I got burned right here, and that it was a sad ordeal that happened, but only to find out, I would say it was a blessing in disguise for me, because for me, it changed me, to be honest. It made me see things in a different way, that if I quit now, I guess I'll be giving certain individuals power that
exactly.
But yet for me to come here and continue, I didn't just come here by myself. I had friends. Who motivated me, especially one friend whose name was Kwasana Nhlap, my crazy friend. I'm not gonna say it's but I'll just put it in that way, because without him, man, I would say I doubt I'll be here, because he's the one who actually motivated me and say, "My nigga, last time I said push. Go back, go push. This is what you wanted to do. Don't give up." And look where we are, and it happened. It happened in 2022, and look where we are today. We're still pushing after all that, and after that incident, they all went back to work. I was stuck alone. I had to dig deep, and look where we are today.
No, man, truly
we're pushing, slowly but surely, but we're gonna get there.
No, man, that's good. That's good. That's true. I remember when we launched our Bantu-Pay app. This is where the historical moment happened. And just tell us more about how do you think Bantu-Pay is gonna help the community?
My guy, for Bantu-Pay, I would say it's one of the best initiatives to start in the hood, because when you come to think of it, it's an app which was created by our own guy from the hood, and that itself, it's a motivation.
Yeah.
Someone who was born in the hood, who we grew up with, who we know his background. He started an app that will help not only me, but other people in terms of work-wise, transportation. It's a life-changing app of which I feel like it's still gonna, change people's lives in the hood.
Okay.
Because you can order from home.
There's no need for someone to come here.
You see?
Yeah.
You just order from home and there will be, those little bit of transport that they will deliver your food to your home with a little bit small fee of which everybody's winning.
It's a job creating tool.
You say it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Which is every one of us.
Yeah. No, thanks for having us on our show. Just tell us more. How can people reach you? Your social media apps, your social media profiles, and how can they come in order? I hear there's people from all around the Val coming to taste this beautiful Kota here.
You can catch us on Facebook, Kings of Junks.
Kings of Junks.
Yeah, Blue Container, and also on Twitter, on TikTok.
Okay.
You can catch Mel Angelo at my TikTok page where you see all the types of food that I dish out to the people. That's the varieties of food that I dish out to the people. And at my number of which is 071-019-0287, and to be more slower, it's 071-019-0287, of which you can order via your telephone.
All right, man. Thanks for having us on our show.
It's super having you, Mr. Maloka. For having me, Mr. Maloka, and hope to see you soon again, Mr. Maloka.
We are definitely gonna come back to do a follow-up and hear more about how you've come across more challenges after today's show.
Super, Mr. Maloka.
Thanks,
Thank you for having me.
Super.
We hope you enjoy your food as well.
Definitely.
Super, man.
So, thank you. Hey, tada. Have a nice day.
Top interview.
Right, so you all heard what our guest for today had to say. We learned a lot. I've learned a lot from him, especially when it comes to doing favors for people whom you are acquainted to or your friends. When it comes to business, you need to be very strict. People must understand that we are running a business here as Lalila. So you need to ensure that when you run a business, people actually know their boundaries. So you need to set boundaries in your business so that you can move forward. Most businesses have collapsed because most people are expecting you to hand out favors. You end up being in unnecessary trouble because you're associating yourself with the wrong people. So hopefully we've learned a lot. We've picked up a lot from today's episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you would like us to visit you and do your interviews, do your profile on Business Oriented Podcast, just let us know on our email on bantupayment@gmail.com. Thank you. Have a nice one.